Welcome to the Cozy Little Library today with your Clean Reads Book Buddy. In honor of Jane Austen July, I'm going to do the Jane Austen book tag, an original book tag created by Morgan's Endless Bookshelf. I'm pretty thrilled for an excuse to talk about Jane and her books and to answer these 8 questions with some recent reads and some older ones. And I think we're going to move on over to the big comfy chair, get a little closer so I can show you the books as I answer the questions. All right, we've got the notebook with the questions. And question number 1 is Sense and Sensibility, a book about family. That makes me think about Longdale, The Legacy of Longdale Manor by Carrie Turansky. This was the book club read, the book that was voted on and won in my Patreon for last month. And I'm so glad because this book has been on my bookshelf for a while. It's pretty chunky and I really didn't know that much about it except it was a dual timeline. And plus, I don't hear people talking about this book, but it is such a cozy, very slow family drama, basically times 2, because there's a lot of drama in one era, which is 1912, and then the other one is 2012. Highly recommend this book. 5 stars. My advice is to not rush, to take your time and to really soak in the characters. It is so wonderful. The Christian faith in this made me cry. I tabbed it up so much. The blue that's represented here are my favorite quotes, and the pink purplish color is funny stuff. I do highly recommend this one. Question number 2 is Pride and Prejudice, a book that deserves the hype.
The Bible, the Old and New Testament.
Narnia, The Secret Garden, Anne of Green Gables, Little Women, and The Christmas Carol by Dickens comes to mind.
Humbug.
So we're not going to go with a classic because all of those are well-deserved, beloved books. I'm going to talk about some Christian fiction that has gotten a lot of hype lately, and I'm so tickled about it because I have talked about this book endlessly for 2 years. There have been a lot of people that have read this lately. A Noble Masquerade by Kristi Ann Hunter. This is such a wonderful book. It is Christian fiction. The faith is amazing. The plot line is exciting. There's espionage. There's a spy ring. This is actually book number 2 in the series. I've gone on and on about this. I even made a whole video of the sequence to read all of the books in the 3 different series that Kristi Ann Hunter has, and they're all connected to each other. So be sure to watch that video. The best female heroine and the best male character as well. Love this book so much. It deserves all the hype that it continues to get and hopefully will get for a while. Question number 3, Mansfield Park, an introverted main character. This makes me think about, let me move this book over here, The Girl in the Gatehouse, which these just happen to be, this was another Patreon book club book that was voted on and won. I love this author so much for her historical detail, all the research that goes into it, so engaging. And I'm choosing this girl, what is her name? Mariah Aubrey. She hides herself away in the abandoned gatehouse on a distant relative's estate. There she supports herself and her loyal servant the only way she knows how, by writing novels in secret. So she is living a secret life, a very quiet life, but there's a lot of unexpected things that are going on next door on both sides of her. So both next doors, plural. And it's so much fun, so cozy with the mystery. Like I didn't figure it out, which is always great. So I highly recommend this book, The Girl in the Gatehouse by Julie Klassen. Question 4, Emma, a best male character. I'm not sure that I can narrow that down. I do agree with Morgan saying that Aragon and Mr. Knightley are 2 of the best. Maybe we can narrow it down to 4 male characters. I'll say them really quickly. So a book that I just finished, a series that I mentioned in my July the 4th special video that I just did, Harbor of Spies series by Megan Soja. The first book in the series, Spark of the Revolution. The 2 male characters that are the main ones, Josiah and Will, are both fantastic. One is a blacksmith, which I love and have a personal connection to that. And then the other one is, he works at the Gazette. And so that's super cool as well. So we'll say those 2 characters. I just talked about the male character in this one. So Marlowe, if you've read this, you know. So much fun, man's man. Also, a while back, another Patreon book club read. The main character in this one, Peter Wood, was so much fun, very mischievous, but such a great guy. Love that. And then I'll mention another mischievous male character that's so fun. Another man's man, very masculine, but also very mischievous and fun. And that's Lord Farnsworth in Manor for Sale, Baron included. Oh, and I didn't mention this one is Lakeshire Park by Megan Walker. Question 5, Northanger Abbey, a bookish main character. Immediately, I think of Edith from a recent book that I just buddy read with Miriam, and that is Castle of the Winds by Christina Baehr. This is book number 3 in the Secrets of Ormsdale series. In book number 1, pretty much sure that it's on the back of the book, so it's not a spoiler, that she is an anonymous detective story writer. In this era, it's not cool to be an author as a woman, like it's just not done. So she keeps that a secret, and the entire series is so highly literary. Like there are so many references to different books, and what's so cool about this author is that she drops these little comments and she doesn't explain it. So for instance, she'll like put not really a quote of say Shakespeare, but she'll put much ado about nothing and not allude to the fact that that's a highly recognizable piece of literature. I think book number 3, as far as literary things go, I think it's my favorite because it's Arthurian, and if you know how much I love King Arthur. So yeah, very, very fun. Question 6, Persuasion, second chance romance. Jane Austen's second chance romance in Persuasion is definitely the best.
I tried to forget you.
In the Shelter of Hollythorne House by Sarah E. Ladd. I loved this book. She is one of my other favorite Christian historical authors. This one is in the series Houses of Yorkshire, and this is about a young couple. Well, it starts out, maybe it's the prologue, where the male and female are young, but it's a forbidden love because her dad doesn't think he's good enough financially. So they split, and she thinks that she'll never see him again. So exciting. It's so unique. It's cozy. It's in the Yorkshire moors, and get ready because it's good, but yet it's very, very, very cozy. Happens in the autumn, so fall is coming, and I can't wait. So much for me sitting in the big comfy chair. I'm just too excited about this book tag. It's so good, brilliant, love these questions. Number 7, Lady Susan, an unlikable main character. Well, let's just talk about Emma by Jane Austen. Jane so famously said that she was going to create a character that no one was going to like except for her. She was wrong. There is such a fan club. There are many who love Emma like I do, but there are many who do not like Emma. And it's not so much that I love Emma herself, but the story. Nobody writes genuine, flawed characters like Jane Austen, in my opinion. Is Emma self-centered? Yes. Is she annoying?
Well, yes.
But there is not a better annoying know-it-all than Emma. She seems so real, and it's something about the combination of the other characters. Emma's dad is just an adorable. The self-centered vicar is hilarious. Miss Bates, so many other people. I don't want to spoil anything. The transformation of Emma is incredible. The storyline. I have heard a rumor that maybe Emma is the main book that's going to be read in July for Jane Austen July. I will not be reading that this month. I'm going to be reading Northanger Abbey with Kelly and Bethany. So excited. Oh, and also I mentioned the Secrets of Ormsdale series, Castle of the Winds, that I read with Miriam. And the main character in book number 1, I did not like her at all. Even at the end of the book, she did not redeem herself in my eyes. We got off on the wrong foot and it never got fixed. Just like, I don't really like her attitude. But I was hoping it would get better, and I'm so glad that Miriam and I went on with the series. 8, Sanditon and the Watsons, an unsatisfactory ending. That has me very curious because I haven't read either of those books by Jane Austen, but I need to fix that. The only one that I can think of, and this is not unsatisfactory in a bad way, as you would maybe could answer this, but Hope Between the Pages by Pepper Basham, which I just so happened to have buddy read with Morgan a while back, and it is one of my favorite books. This book broke my heart, the things that happened in here, and I can't explain this fully without giving away spoilers, but it is a true dual timeline, the only other one that I remember reading. It's very bookish. I could have mentioned this in the bookish main character because there are two characters in here. One has a modern bookstore and the other one is from the past, and she's like the book fairy of the Biltmore Estate's massive library. Yes, this book is so wonderful. And how do I say this without spoiling anything? But the ending, I'll just say that it broke my heart. You know, every book, it does not end in the happy-go-lucky way that we think it's going to. It's still beautiful and it's still wrapped up very beautifully. So, yep, I'll choose that. Oh, I need to tag some people. I know Cheryl from Candlewick Library likes Austen, Celestria, Miriam, and Jess. If y'all want to do this tag, please feel free to do so. And until next time.